So Calvin Klein was out in New York last week for a book launch, and things got pretty awkward. The 83-year-old fashion legend showed up at the Brandt Foundation Art Gallery in the East Village with his boyfriend Kevin Baker, who's 36. They were there for photographer Stephen Klein's new book release. Everything seemed normal until they started walking toward the entrance. Calvin was in front, and the second the paparazzi cameras started flashing, he stumbled on the sidewalk. You can see in the video he's clearly caught off guard by the bright lights. He shook his head a few times and said something like, "I wasn't expecting that," as he tried to make his way up the steps. Here's where it gets interesting. Kevin just kept walking and went straight inside. He didn't stop, didn't look back, didn't offer to help, nothing. A security guard had to step in and offer Calvin his hand to help him up the stairs. The video went viral pretty much immediately. Social media had a lot to say about it. One person on Twitter posted the video with a comment about how Kevin couldn't even hold his 82-year-old billionaire boyfriend's arm. What if he had actually fallen? People in the comments were not holding back. Someone wrote that whether you're a boyfriend or not, you should help someone up the stairs. Another person said Calvin should dump him and find someone who would actually hold him and help him. The phrase "gold digger" started getting thrown around a lot. Some comments focused on Kevin specifically. People were saying things like he seemed embarrassed to be seen with Calvin, or that he didn't want anyone to know they were together. One person pointed out that, with Calvin's age, having his boyfriend walk ahead like that and not help seemed pretty cold. But it wasn't just about Kevin's reaction. A whole conversation started about the age gap itself. Calvin is 83 and Kevin is 36, which puts them 46 years apart. Some people online said the whole situation was gross, questioning why an elderly man would be dating someone young enough to be his grandson. One comment called it nauseating and said the world has no morals anymore. Other people defended the relationship, though. They pointed out that both Calvin and Kevin are adults who made their own choices.
So I just found out that Calvin Klein is 82 years old and he has a boyfriend for over a decade. And I just seen a video of them stepping out at dinner or whatever, and there was paparazzi there, and they flashed Calvin, and Calvin lost it. Calvin went back to the 80s, the 60s. It was like, whoa, what's going on? But the worst part of it is his boyfriend didn't care. He went in front of him, didn't hold the door for nothing, didn't even look back at him. He was kind of like, oh, can we go in? And he left Calvin in the back, left Calvin in the dust. That's crazy. I wondered, does Calvin want to get intimate with his boyfriend? I don't know, man. I didn't know. I didn't know Calvin was dating a man who was in his 30s. He looks like he's in his 20s, to be honest. And I didn't hear nothing about this. Why is nobody saying anything about this? Not that I don't care, realistically. I don't really care, but that's just crazy. He looks like he needs help walking, and that boy is not doing nothing but using his credit cards and maybe giving him something in bed. I don't know.
Calvin Klein is an 82-year-old man. Oh, he's having a stroke. Why did his boyfriend? You're supposed to help him. Look, you can't take the stairs alone. Why are you doing that old man like this? You saw him get dazed and confused by the flashing lights. They didn't even invent the picture camera until he was like 25. You knew he was always going to struggle with this. Look, Grandpops has no idea where he's at, and you've left him alone. You're not going to make it into the will acting like this, and it's looking like he can go at any time. And why do you look so depressed? We never told you to go date this 82-year-old man. You could have just went and got a job like the rest of us, but you wanted to finesse and finagle this old man. And low-key, he's probably slick trying to finesse you. You're never gonna get a piece of his estate. The least you can do is help him up the stairs. You let him brave these stairs alone? He would have lost his balance and obliterated that right hip if the doorman didn't help him. Listen, my heart, I know you're enjoying these lavish dinner dates, but you haven't secured the bag yet. You need to lock in or else go be a mean real estate agent somewhere. You could be the LeBron of real estate if you really wanted to. I could tell.
I just saw a news clip of Calvin Klein stumbling in public, but then I learned that he's damn near 80 years old and his boyfriend is only like 36. Like they have like a 40-year age gap in their relationship. And I don't understand how people in those relationships like manage, you know, because there's no way if you're the person who is way older that you really think that they're with you.
Hey, if I was problematic younger boyfriend, I would have let him fall to the ground too. That's more check money for me. That mean that check coming 8 years sooner. I ain't mad at him. I would have tried to trip him. Okay.
Did you see the video of Calvin Klein and his model boyfriend? He's only with him for the money. No fucking shit, dude. That man is falling apart. He can't even stand in place no more. You really think that young, like, good-looking model boyfriend is there for anything else? Let's be so fucking for real. But also, Calvin Klein knows what the fuck he's doing. He's like 80 years old with a fucking, what, 20-something, 30-year-old boyfriend? That's kind of weird. It's a mutual use. It's a mutual benefit. Now, that being said about what I said about Calvin Klein and his boyfriend and how he doesn't take care of him and all he wants is his money, I would at least take care of him. Oh, you're falling? You can hold on to my shoulder, sir. Just give me your millions.
Y'all, right now I'm tired as fuck, but why nobody ever told me that Calvin Klein had a motherfucking boyfriend? Like, I'm gagged. And not only that, Calvin Klein got a boyfriend, but not only that, Calvin Klein's boyfriend is old as fuck. Calvin Klein was seen outside with his boyfriend or whatever, and the nigga is like 20.
After seeing that video of 83-year-old Calvin Klein and his 35-year-old boyfriend walking down the street or whatever, and they was going into a restaurant or an event, whatever the case may be, and everybody getting on here making their think pieces, talking about, oh, his 35-year-old boyfriend is, I think his name's like Kevin or some shit, but I know he's like a model or whatever the case may be. But everybody getting on here making their think pieces like, oh, his boyfriend is in it for the money, this, that, whatever. Now, on what fucking universe are we living? A 35-year-old is with an 83-year-old, and this 83-year-old is like a fucking millionaire. I'm assuming. I don't know his fucking network or whatever, but what planet are, of course he's in it for the coins. It didn't take everybody to make their fucking think pieces about it. Like, we know he's in it for the fucking coins. Mind you, they ass been together since like 2016. So hell, he must be doing something right. If they've been in it for like 10 motherfucking years, that's a whole motherfucking decade. They doing something. But ain't gonna lie, that video was a little weird or whatever, because I don't know if Calvin Klein like stumbled because of the flash. Everybody's saying it was because of the flash photography or whatever. Or maybe he's just old. I think he's just a little up in age or whatever. I think it had nothing to do with the flash photography. But whatever the case may be, his ass stumbled over a little bit, and his boyfriend didn't catch his ass when he was falling. Well, he wasn't necessarily falling, but he was stumbling and tumbling. But his boyfriend kept walking his ass right up in that motherfucking restaurant, event, wherever they was going. Hell, regardless of the matter, no matter how many people get on here, or no matter how many people in Calvin Klein life tells him that man is out to get his money or whatever the case may be, or he only in it for the money. Y'all know how many times that man heard this shit over the past fucking decade? Probably a zillion motherfucking times. And clearly, he don't give a fuck. Old people is stubborn. And clearly, he don't care. He got him some nice little young hunk chunks. And he gonna go on about his motherfucking day. He's living his life in his last motherfucking days. And he gonna keep on kicking with his 35-year-old model. So I think everybody's just leave him be. Y'all sound a little jelly. 35-year-old and secured the motherfucking bag. He good. So...
What we do know is that Calvin has lived an extraordinary life. He built the fashion empire, became one of the most recognizable names in the industry, and apparently he's living however he wants to live. At 83 years old, he's with someone he wants to be with, and they've made it work for almost 10 years. Kevin, for his part, has stayed out of the spotlight. No social media, no interviews, no trying to cash in on dating a billionaire fashion icon. If he was really just in it for the money or fame, you'd think he'd be doing a lot more to capitalize on the relationship. The stumble itself was probably just an old guy getting surprised by camera flashes. Calvin even said out loud that he wasn't expecting it. It happens. Whether Kevin should have turned around and helped is a fair question, but we also don't know if Calvin would have even wanted that. Some people don't like being treated like they're fragile or helpless, especially in public. The internet is going to have opinions no matter what. That's just how it is these days. Someone posts a video, and within hours, thousands of people who don't know these people at all are making judgments about their entire relationship based on 15 seconds of footage. At the end of the day, Calvin Klein and Kevin Baker are two adults in a relationship. They've been together longer than most people stay married. The age gap is significant, no doubt about it, but they're both grown and they've both made their choices. Whether you think it's right or wrong doesn't really change anything about their lives. The video will probably keep circulating for a while. People will keep having the same arguments in the comments. Some will say Kevin should have helped. Others will say Calvin is fine and can handle himself. Some will call Kevin a gold digger. Others will say leave him alone. That's just how these things go.